Hey everyone, it's Lisa, and I am going to try to talk you through this. So the first thing I did was put my hair up, and now I'm taking that Smashbox, just their classic primer. One of you guys, I just dropped it. One of you guys had told me that it was good to mix in with your foundation. So that is what I did. I mixed just a pea-sized amount with some of my Double Wear, the Estee Lauder Double Wear in Tawny, and then right here you see I'm getting a little bit more of the Tawny just because I know I wanted a little bit more coverage on my cheeks. And I did this combination this past weekend and I just loved it. It just really looked so pretty and it lasted so well. And that is my beloved Oval 8 brush. You can see how fast and easy it makes putting on foundation. I'm just not good with the Beauty Blender and everything else. This is just so fast and easy, and I go right over my eyes and everything. And I've really been loving that Double Wear. I think because it's so hot and humid here, it just lasts all day. And I don't know what it is, but I haven't been like using my Fix Plus and stuff. I guess because it's so humid outside anyway, I just don't need it anymore. Okay, now I'm using my La Mer powder with, I believe I'm going to use a Sedona Lace powder brush. Yeah, this is from a set that I got years ago, and I love it. I just love this set of brushes. That brush, and you'll see me use an angled brush later that I use probably every day, every time I put my makeup on. And so I'm just kind of putting the powder in the brush and kind of just bouncing it all around, and that La Mer powder is just the best. There's no color, but it just sets your makeup and it gives you just a little bit of a sheen. Okay, here is the Lorac contour palette, and I'm using the Goss brush. This is the airbrush. That's what he named it, and I love it. There's just something about the way it blends. It's like I said, everything just comes off of it, so you can just like use that same brush over and over. And so you notice I started off with that light color in the contour to do everything, kind of map out what I want, and now I took the light with a dab of the dark, and I'm going along my jawline, and this brush is just perfect because it's got kind of like a little beveled point to it. And I really like to use it for my jawline, and then it blends it out real pretty. And then what I usually do is go in with this is more of the tan color that's kind of more like a bronzer, and if I skip any of these steps, it just doesn't look the same. I just like to do it, ends up looking better when I just do each of these steps. Okay, this is the two highlight colors. One's a white and one's a yellow, and I kind of just mix them and get the center of my face. And I haven't used any concealer or corrector or anything so far, and so that kind of makes the center of my face. Okay, this is the highlight out of the palette, just a little bit of shimmer, and I'm still using that same brush, and I put a little bit in the center of my face, and just not all the way down my nose, kind of in the center, like near my eyes. Okay, now this is something I've been doing and I love it. It seemed like every time I was using my concealer, I didn't like the way it showed up. And so what I've been doing, and it works really well with like Double Wear or those that dry, I've just been dabbing this Tarte brush into my foundation. And kind of, after I've done my makeup, kind of going over that, and it just works as, I guess, kind of like a concealer. And I don't need to set it or anything because, you know, this dries down, and that way it blends, and I don't feel like I have to just blend it out as much. I've just liked it. I usually put it on with that little side and then blend it out with the fluffy side. And that's that. And then now I think I'm going to, oh gosh, I thought I had cut that part out. Okay, yeah. I don't know what, I have a thing about crushed ice. Okay, now I'm going into my Gucci blush with, let's see, the name of it is Spring Rose. This is the one I got when I was in Los Angeles. And a lot of times I like to put my blush on with this Sedona Lace brush. I don't know, it's just I've used it for so long, and I kind of carry it up in my temple. And then usually I'll go back with, with that airbrush and maybe put a little bit more on it or none on it. Just this time I put a little bit more on it because I think I wanted some more. And that just blends all of it together so pretty. Okay, this is one of my favorite brushes, and it is the Holiday brush from Wayne Goss. And I just love the way it's shaped. And I'm dipping it in the MAC Studio Fix Powder NC45. And I always do this as my last step, and I love it. It just gives me that little bit of warmth that I need, so I'm not too gray. And I kind of go over all the places that I did contour, and it's just so pretty. For some reason, if I skip that step, it's just not the same. Okay, looks like I'm going back in with just the white normal highlight powder just to kind of highlight my jawline and kind of clean up underneath that. Okay, now this is going to be tricky. Brooke and I went to Ulta and got our brows done, and Brooke got hers dyed, and I wanted to get mine actually done thinner. And the girl said, oh, she said, she really did not want to do them thinner. She didn't want to tweeze any of them. So this is what she did, and I bought the products. So she used this, let's see, what is it? Okay, it's the Benefit Brow Pencil in number 3. And this is a much stronger brow than I'm used to. And so what she did is, instead of tweeze those ones that are down there on the bottom, she kind of just went straight across and included them in my brow, and just, whereas I always tweeze the ones that are on the outside, she kind of included them and made a different shape brow, just a bolder shape. And I don't know if I like it. You have to just let me know what you think. I do like it, and I do know that bold brows are in and everything, but it's going to take some getting used to because I'm used to just barely doing anything. So you can see here I was having a hard time. I was kind of going back because I didn't want to overdo it, but I do really like this pencil. It's a really cool color. I like it, and it goes on really nice, and it's supposed to be waterproof. I think 24-hour or 12-hour and waterproof or something like that. And I think the color is really nice. And then it has a really nice spoolie on the other end, and it's cute packaging and all that good stuff. So what I do is I put it on, and then I keep trying to blend some of it out, or kind of spread the product around. And I can remember there's that little spot in the front of my brow. I guess I'll probably get it with this. This is like one of their new products. It's called the Benefit Brow Tones Highlights number 4. And it reminds me of the Ico Brow Gel. I really like it. It really adds some just dimension to your brows. I'd have to say I like the brows done darker. I guess it does add something, especially with when I have my bangs down. Makes them show up a lot more. I think now I'm flipping it to the magnifying side, or flipping it back over. I can't remember. Yeah, now I'm worried about that little spot. Now I'm worried about going out of the lines. And now I can't remember if I put that highlight stuff on that brow, so I'm doing it again. The brush on that is really nice. Okay, so now the only thing that's on my lids now is just the foundation. I'm going to put a little bit of one of my favorite paint pots ever is the MAC Groundwork paint pot. And what I'm trying to concentrate on is not taking it above the crease. I don't want it to really be seen. And this makeup that I'm doing is kind of inspired by Carol on Housewives of New York. Whenever they are having like a party or something, I always love her makeup. And I love that it's just not overdone. And she doesn't really carry hers like real above the crease. Okay, that was the Naked Basics 2 palette, one of my favorites. And I had dipped my Wayne Goss brush in Stark and Skimp for the brow. So it's a little bit matte, just a little bit of shimmer. And then the first thing I'm doing is putting on that Frisk color over the groundwork. And then I think I decided I wanted just the lids a little bit darker, so I'm taking another Wayne Goss brush and I'm going on the lid with Primal out of the palette. Trying to do just a little bit more of a subtle look and not carry it so far up. Okay, this is a Bobbi Brown gel liner, and I'm not sure if it was a limited edition, but it's called Patina Ink. And it is just not black. It's kind of like I don't know, I would say like titanium or, a color like that. And that brush is it's kind of like an off black, I would say. That is the Bobbi Brown Smoky Liner brush that I'm using. And I've used just black shadows. Black shadows, just to me, they have so much fallout. Even if I wet them, it seems like when they dry, they end up falling out and or falling down on my face. So what I'm doing is just making it thicker on the edges and just carrying it to right about where the the lashes end, or the iris ends on the inside of the eye. You know what I mean? Just not all the way to the inside. And winging it out some, but trying to make it more of a smudgier wing. And just kind of ending right there where the colored part of my eye ends. But I still want to wing it out some because I have to. And then blending it out, just trying to make it look not so linery. And then I usually just take whatever is left on my brush and run it just through the roots of my lower lashes, because I just like it when there's barely anything on the lower lashes. Sometimes I like to put just a little bit of mascara, but most of the time I just like nothing on the lower lash, unless I'm, doing a different look. Okay, you're going to think I'm crazy, but sometimes I do this. This is like an extra step. But I use the L'Oreal Telescopic to it's kind of like tight lining. And I know that IT Cosmetics has that tight line mascara, but I like this better for some reason. But I use this just to get right down to the very base of my lashes. And I'm not really even worried about the rest of the lashes. I'm just using this just to get the color down to the base. And to kind of get them spread out and everything. And you can see my lashes are pretty long because of the new lash. I don't need to wear false lashes. I haven't worn them in, a while. Okay, and then the next step, it looks like I'm going to put on some more. I must be kind of getting them spread out to where I want them. Because what I really like is kind of clumpier lashes. But if you use a clumpy mascara right from the beginning, usually it's too wet and it'll make your eyelashes kind of fall, and I don't curl mine, but that first step kind of keeps them up. Okay, this is the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Lifting Mascara. It's like volume and lifting, and I really like it. So I'm putting just kind of like a coat of it on, and that kind of gives me the clumpy look that I want, you know, kind of I can put them in little sections, and I feel like it's got more impact. But I don't stop there. Okay, this is the Chanel Volume de Chanel, and this one makes them really black and really look like more like false lashes. Way more impact. But if I just do that alone, it looks good until I leave, and then next time I look at my lashes, they look terrible because they lose their curl. But you can see I'm almost trying to put my lashes in like little clumps or something. I'd rather them be kind of clumpy. Should have cut more of this out. And I like to really get the ends. Okay. So I liked that. Okay, this is also a new lip. The girl that did Stacy, that did our brows. Okay, on the left is the 1993, and on the right is Nighthawk. She had this lip combo on. It is, the first one I do is the exact one she had on, and this is the Urban Decay Nighthawk Liner. This is a really radical, different lip for me, but I liked it on her. It's a little bit rockerish, and I liked it for something different. So this is the Urban Decay Nighthawk Liner, and it went on so well. This is the first one I've tried of the new ones. So I need to get better. I'm not used to having something so dark that you could really see how crooked it is. Okay, and this is a new product. It is the Too Faced Melted Matte, and that color is called Cool Girl. And it's a kind of a flat brownish, I guess that same Kylie Jenner-ish, or 90s type color. So there it is, and it lasts so well on the lips. I mean, ended up going to have my pedicure, and it lasted for a long time. Okay, so here is the look with that lip. And then I was thinking, I guess I should probably try the lighter liner too and see if it looks the same. I left that in because I thought it was funny. Okay, so now I'm removing that. I ended up having to really use makeup remover. Okay, so now this is the liner in 1993, which is a little bit lighter. And it might be even lighter, the next time I use it, because I'm sure my lips were kind of stained. Okay, I'm going to get crazy close, but this was just a good way for me to try. I really, the whole time, was not expecting this to turn out. So, okay, and you'll notice that you kind of have to go up over that lip liner. And by this time, my liner is all crooked and everything, but you get the point of what color it is. And I ended up wearing it. So I thought you guys would appreciate something besides a nude lip. And that is it.